All right, so today we are diving deep into the world of graphics cards.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, the VIPERA NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 Founders Edition.
Nice.
We're looking at this TechWise Corner article about it, and, well, you know this card.
Yeah,
This card's making some noise, right? Gamers, creative pros, everybody's talking.
absolutely.
It's NVIDIA's latest, right? And they're promising some pretty wild performance.
What I find really interesting is it's not just about making games look prettier at this point. It's like they're trying to make a whole experience,
More immersive, more
Okay, so let's break this down a bit.
Yeah.
The article mentions this Ada Lovelace architecture.
Uh-huh.
What is that?
Basically, think of it as the brain of the GPU, right?
Okay.
It's the tech that makes the RTX 4090 so fast, so efficient.
So how does that translate into real-world performance?
Good question.
Because the article throws around these benchmarks.
Right.
But for someone like me, I just want to play the latest games.
Yeah.
What do those numbers actually mean? Okay, so let's take, for example, Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay, yeah.
That game is notorious, right? Super demanding on your graphics card.
Oh, for sure.
With this RTX 4090, you're looking at a 66.7% increase in frames per second
Whoa, hold on.
compared to the previous generation card.
66.7. That's huge.
Huge difference.
So it's going from like a slideshow to like a full-on cinematic experience?
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, what about all the bells and whistles? Ray tracing.
Ah, ray tracing.
Yeah.
That's not just a buzzword anymore.
Right.
It's a game changer, really.
Oh.
Imagine light bouncing around in the game just like it does in the real world.
Huh.
That's ray tracing. Shadows, reflections, lighting effects, all incredibly realistic.
Wow.
And the RTX 4090 actually uses AI to boost this even further.
So it's not just raw power.
Nope.
It's like smart power.
Smart processing.
It's like having a whole Hollywood studio
Right.
inside your computer.
Crazy.
That's wild. But, okay, what about those of us who aren't just hardcore gamers? The article mentions, like, creative work,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
3D modeling, video editing, stuff like that.
If you need serious graphics power, this card is a beast.
Okay.
It's got this enhanced VRAM, which is like the GPU's short-term memory,
Right.
It can handle huge E files.
Really?
No problem. Complex tasks, no sweat.
So it's like the 4090 is your superpowered assistant.
Yeah.
That never gets tired.
Never slows down.
No more waiting for things to render or load.
Nope.
Huge time saver.
Absolutely. Speaking of time,
Yeah.
the article mentions the card's speed,
What does that mean?
like for actual use.
Yeah, for me sitting at my computer, what do I notice?
Well, loading times are faster.
Okay.
Multitasking is smoother.
Uh-huh.
Everything just feels more responsive.
Got it.
Think of it like driving a sports car versus, a family sedan.
Okay, I can see that.
It's snappy.
But all this power, right? Got to come with a downside.
Well,
Energy bill must be insane.
you might be surprised. NVIDIA's actually made the 4090 pretty energy efficient. All that performance without being a power hog.
So powerful but responsible.
Exactly.
I like that. So NVIDIA's thinking about the future, not just performance, but like sustainability.
Absolutely.
Okay, before we get into where to buy this thing and how much it costs,
Yeah.
this whole future-proof idea, what does that even mean for a graphics card?
All right, so think about it this way. Games are always getting more demanding, right?
Oh, yeah.
More complex, needing more power.
Uh-huh.
The RTX 4090 is designed not just for today's games,
Right.
but for the games that are still being made.
So I buy this card now,
Yeah.
and I'm good for years.
Years to come.
That's like a ticket to the future of gaming,
Exactly.
which is good because, let's be honest, these things are not cheap.
Right.
The article mentions a price of $799 down.
Yeah.
It's a pretty penny,
It is a significant investment for sure.
especially compared to, the older cards.
Right. But the article hints at something interesting. There are rumors about the RTX 5090 and 5080 coming out soon.
Good.
Priced at, get this, $1,999 and $11,199 respectively.
Wait, hold on. So the newer models are even more expensive.
It seems that way.
But the 5080 is actually cheaper than the current 4090.
It's confusing, right?
What's going on here?
Well, it's all about positioning and
Yeah.
performance tiers. NVIDIA's always pushing the boundaries, right?
Yeah.
These new cards are probably the next step in that evolution,
Uh-huh.
but that doesn't mean the 4090 is suddenly obsolete.
Okay, so if I'm thinking about buying a high-end graphics card right now,
Yeah.
is the 4090 still a good deal with these new models coming out?
That's the million-dollar question, and
Yeah.
it's one we should definitely explore further. Yeah, it's a tough one, right?
Yeah.
Part of you wants the latest and greatest no matter what.
It's like that new car smell,
But then there's the practical side.
Wait, is this actually a better deal now?
Right, and with these GPUs, it might actually be true.
So with the 4090, even though it's not the brand new model,
Yeah.
it's still a huge leap forward, right?
Oh, absolutely. Remember what we were saying about the performance jump?
Yeah.
This wasn't just a small step up. It was a massive change.
Okay.
For most people, most gamers, this card is going to be more than enough power for years.
And plus, it's not like it's going to suddenly stop working when the new ones come out.
Exactly. And think about the energy savings, too.
Right. We talked about that.
It's good to see a company like NVIDIA making powerful cards that aren't also energy hogs.
Definitely. It's like they're thinking about the whole picture.
It shows they're thinking long-term.
Yeah. Not just about performance, but about sustainability, too.
Absolutely. And that brings us back to the impact this tech has on the actual experience.
Because it's not just about numbers on a benchmark, right?
No, it's about how it feels to use it.
We were talking about ray tracing before.
Yeah, that's a game changer.
It's like the difference between, I don't know, watching a movie and actually being in the movie.
Exactly. And AI is making that even better. Think about that.
AI.
Yeah, instead of just raw processing power, they're using AI to make those effects even more realistic.
So it's not just about brute force anymore.
Nope, it's about working smarter, not harder.
I like that. So what you're saying is
Yeah.
the line between reality and virtual experiences, it's getting blurry.
That's exactly it.
Like, imagine being at a concert, but virtually.
Yeah.
Feeling like you're actually there in the crowd.
Or exploring a historical site, you know?
Right. Like walking through ancient Rome or something.
And it feels real.
Wow.
This is the power of a GPU like the 4090. It's making those experiences possible for more people.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is. It's about pushing the boundaries of what we can do in the digital world.
So, okay, back to the 4090 specifically.
Yeah.
Based on what we're reading in this article, is it a good investment?
You mean even with those new 50 series cards coming out?
Exactly. Like, will it still be able to keep up with new games, all the demanding stuff?
The article was pretty clear that the 4090 was designed to handle all that.
So even if those new cards are super powerful,
Yeah,
the 4090 still holds its own.
absolutely. Especially when you think about the price difference.
Right. That's a big factor.
It's a great balance of power, longevity, and value.
And for anyone who's thinking, okay, I'm sold, where do I buy this thing?
Well, the article mentions some good places.
Like the usual suspects.
Amazon, Best Buy, those kinds of places.
All right, but remember, prices can change.
Especially with new releases.
So it's worth keeping an eye out.
Absolutely. You might find an even better deal once those 50 series cards drop.
Good point, good point. Okay, before we wrap things up here,
Yeah.
what are your final thoughts on all this? What does the 4090 represent? Like, in the big picture of graphics technology?
That's a great question. I think it's more than just a faster card, It shows how graphics tech is getting so advanced and it's all tied in with AI and all these other things.
Yeah, it's like everything's evolving together.
Exactly. The ray tracing, the huge VRAM, the incredible speed, and the focus on energy efficiency.
Yeah.
It all points to a future where games and creative experiences are going to be even more immersive.
And realistic, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they'll be accessible to more people, too.
It feels like we're on the edge of something huge.
It does, doesn't it? It's not just about better graphics.
Yeah.
It's about fundamentally changing how we experience the digital world.
Wow. Okay, I think that's a perfect place to leave it for now.
Yeah, lots to think about.
It really is. But we've got one more part to this deep dive, so don't go anywhere. All right, so before we wrap up completely, gotta leave you with something to ponder.
More to think about.
Oh yeah, we've geeked out on the tech specs, the 4090, all that.
Right, all the details.
But what's the bigger picture?
You mean like what does it all mean?
Exactly. The article mentions future of gaming, but I think it's bigger than that.
Oh, for sure. Way
You
bigger.
heard those sci-fi movies, right?
Yeah, like stepping into another world.
People plugging into virtual reality, like totally immersive.
The Matrix, Ready Player One, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. We used to think that was just fantasy.
Total fiction.
But with tech like this 4090, it's starting to feel, well, possible.
It's getting closer, that's for sure.
Not just prettier graphics, right? It's like blurring the lines.
Between real and virtual.
Yeah. Imagine exploring ancient ruins,
Oh, wow.
walking with dinosaurs, or even like traveling to other planets.
All from your living room.
Exactly.
That's wild.
And it's not just entertainment either, right? Think about education.
Oh, yeah, the possibilities.
Students could experience history firsthand.
Like, actually be there.
Doctors could practice surgery in a virtual operating room.
Risk-free.
It's crazy. It's like opening up a whole new dimension.
It really is expanding what it means to be human, almost.
And who knows what else we'll come up with.
Right, we haven't even scratched the surface.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
And a little bit scary, honestly.
True, it's a lot of power.
But the future of graphics tech, I mean, it's going to be incredible.
It's going to be wild, that's for sure.
The 4090 is just a taste of what's to come.
A glimpse into the future.
And remember, everyone listening, we're not just watching this happen.
No way.
We're all part of shaping this future.
Through the games we play, the art we create, everything.
So yeah, stay curious, stay engaged, keep pushing the boundaries.
That's what it's all about.
And on that note, this has been our deep dive into the world of high-performance graphics cards. We hope you learned something new, got inspired, maybe even a little mind blown. Until next time, keep exploring and keep asking those big questions.